It's 5:10 on this Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, November 13th, 2018. It is time now for the Peter Channel evening news on this Tuesday evening, November 13th, 2018. 48 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel evening news at 5:10 is 4 residents connected with the 2016 murders of 8 family members, Ohio Attorney General said. Melania Trump calls for Deputy National Security Advisor's firing. Woolsey fire flare sent in Santa Monica Mountain sends firefighters scrambling. Trump lawyers Kid Smith answers to middle income day, source said. President Trump weighs replacing Chief of Staff John Kelly, fires national security aide. Hate crimes rose 17% last year, according to new FBI data. El Chapo opened in arguments delayed because of anxious juror. 20,000 DWI cases could be tossed in New Jersey after Supreme Court ruling. Trump says nothing new in a report on hidden missile bases in North Korea. Israel-Palestinians brace for the worst as Gaza ceasefire kicks in. Food taste not protected by copyright rules, European Court. Doctors rescue baby as pregnant women killed with crossbow. Amazon HQ2 decision. Amazon splits price between Crystal City and New York. Oil price drops amid fears over demand. Flipkart CEO Benny Burso was handled allegations of serious personal misconduct. DOJ's antitrust chief says Trump tweets don't affect her decision today after Trump slams Comcast on Twitter. Look at stocks today out. Up, down 100.69 at 25 to 86.49. SP5 down 4.04 at 2722.18. And NASDAQ up 1 cent at 7,200.88. In local news, North Attleboro's officials to focus on future of high school for now. Attleboro Mayor's Mirror and the media go international. Seacock commemorates Veterans Day. Downtown Taunton 38-unit apartment project headed for final ZBA vote. Veterans find a helping hand at BCC now the chance. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in Taunton. The Enterprise has learned the man who was shot on Keith Avenue in Brockton on Monday night has died as a result of his injuries. West Bridgewater daycare owner hopes business will bounce back. Stoughton Runner carries the colors for the veterans. Veterans offered Tales and Tears at Brockton's Angelo School. Stoughton native to give UMass Lowell its largest ever donation ever and cross back to the Brockton store for nearly hits pedestrians. Legendary Marshfield football coach Lou Silver to be honored on Saturday. Large strange dim galaxy found lurking on the far side of Milky Way. Large sunspots could bring a space age record for cold weather, NASA scientist warns. NASA storm science Mars orbit between rovers finally settled. Juno's latest pictures of clouds on Jupiter's absolute center. AFM case resides as CDC confirms more cases of polio-like illness, acute flaccid maladies, and paralysis in kids. Losartan latest BP drug recalled for contamination. All adults should be screened for unhealthy alcohol use, new guidelines said. Know the systems with one of the deadliest cancers. Peter Charles News Time is 5:14 in Windham, Vermont. 5736 Windham Railroad, 2-alarm fire. Companies working on the new 2-alarm for heavy fire at rear of the downgrades unknown size attempted as it's 2:17 p.m. that took place. And now look at sports. Celtics and the Bruins have a night off. LeVon Bell's season is officially over. Some players seriously consider not playing in Mexico City as the Kansas City Chiefs Los Angeles Rams game scheduled for Mexico City on Monday night has been shifted to Los Angeles due to unplayable field conditions at Estadio Azteca. Some players seriously consider not playing in Mexico City are the Steelers, Chargers, and Texans win streaks for real, and Kevin Durant, Sean manager Draymond Green a big deal. Peter Chill News Time. It's 5:15 on this Tuesday evening, and it's time now for a Peter Channel traffic and transit check. Beep beep. Let's start you off on the MB Theater, the Blue Line, where Blue Line experiencing delays up to 10 minutes due to signal problems between Orient Heights and Suffolk Downs. The trains may stand by or move slowly as they are given permission to proceed. Green Line East Branch service suspended between Bridge and Circle and Heath Street due to traffic from Boston Police Action around Jackson Square. Please use Route 39 bus and alternate service. And the commuter rail. Kingston train 043, 4:20 p.m. outbound is part of the South Station up at 10:50 minutes past due to a mechanical issue. Okay, taking a look at the Rhode Island. Looking at Providence and vicinity. 95 southbound side so between Protect down to downtown Providence. 95 northbound side so between Work down to downtown Providence. 195 westbound south between Seacon down to downtown Providence. 295 both ends back between Crescent Island and Johnson. 295 at the northbound side, also at 95 in Attleboro. 146 both ends left to 295 in Lincoln. 138 eastbound side, also on Newport Bridge and Jamestown. And 114 at the northbound side, so the Mount Hope Bridge. 95 southbound side, so between 128 and Kenton all the way down to 495 in Foxborough. 24 slow between 128 and Kenton on 148 in Taunton. Route 3 is southbound side, so if the range is split, then hit best around Derby Street and Hingham. 128 on both ends is back to Route 1 and all the way down to Route 24 in Kenton, and 128 south back up around the Braintree split. 7 Expressway southbound side, so the Mass back down to the Braintree split. Mass back westbound side, so between Newton all the way down to Framingham and Westboro. 185 on the southbound side, so between Route 9 and westbound down to Hopkinton. 7 Expressway southbound side, so between Boston and Braintree. 93 southbound side, so downtown Boston. 93 on the northbound side, it is so between Boston and down to Bethune. 93 on the southbound side, so before 128 in Burlington and all the way down to from Wilmington all the way down to Stoneham. 128 on the northbound side, it's so between Lexington and all the way down to Route 1 in Peabody. 128 on the southbound side, so between Route 2 in Lexington down on the Waltham. 3 at the northbound side, so between Burlington and down to Chelmsford. 495 at the northbound side, so between 93 and Andover down to 213 in Methuen. Route 3 at the northbound side, between 128 and Burlington and down to Chelmsford. 290 westbound side, so around 190 to Route 9 in Worcester. Peter Chill News time is 5:17 on this Tuesday evening, and it's time now for a weather report. Looking at the radar satellite loop, it shows rain showers around Greenfield, Massachusetts, and snow flurries in western portions of Massachusetts around Berkshires, and stretch up at southern Vermont and up at upstate New Hampshire, and snow in the northern Maine. We've seen some rain showers from Concord, New Hampshire, and then Neverland stretch up from Rumford, Maine, all the way today into Holt, Maine, and down to southern New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, and sleet and snow in northern portions of New Brunswick, and snowing around Quebec while it's raining, and snowing around the Montreal area, and some snow from upstate New York all the way down to western New York and Ontario, Canada. Temperature spread around the region, it is in the 40s for much of southern New England, weather 50-degree wind in Plymouth, 51 in Highlands, 52 in Chatham, 54 in Nantucket, 50 in Martha's Vineyard, and it is at 35 in Pittsfield, and it's in the 30s, the low 40s in Northern New England, 18-degree wind in Mount Washington, New Hampshire. All right, looking at forecast. Okay. Another storm impacts the region late Thursday and Friday with rain, snow, and ice. There is potential for some snow and ice accumulation in the interior. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast. It goes like this. Tonight, clouds got during early evening and the gradual clear with a low end 27 degrees. North force spot 8 to 10 miles gust size, 23 miles an hour. For Wednesday, sun sky about 35 degrees. North force spot 9 to 4 miles gust size, 32 miles an hour. For Wednesday night, mostly clouds about 20 degrees and north about 5 to 8 miles an hour for Thursday. Increased clouds about 30 degrees and light variable wind. Thursday night, rain and snow and sleet light before midnight, then rain and sleet between midnight and 4 and then rain after 4 a.m. Low on 32 degrees and east of about 5 to 9 miles, gust side 20 miles an hour, chest pitch is 8%. Friday, rain before 4 p.m., 145 degrees, chest pitch is 8%. Friday night, chance of rain before 7 p.m., then chance of showers between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. Partly clouds by 32 degrees, chest pitch is 30%. For Saturday, most sunny, partly clouds by 46 by 29 degrees. Sunday, most sunny skies and mostly clouds by 41 by 25 degrees, chest pitch is 30%. Monday, partly sunny, partly clouds by 40 by 27 degrees. And for Tuesday, most sunny about 38 degrees. And right now, Norton is most cloudy 48. That's going to be it for the Peter Channel 5 evening news on this Tuesday evening, November 13th, 2018. Producer, you have a good evening with the goodbyes attitude. I'll see you at 11 o'clock for a layout report. You have a good evening.